The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. We have a very interesting panel today. Joining us are comedian Joey Diaz, billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, and the Lord High Counselor of the Sixth House, Dagoth Ur.
What's up, Joe? How you doing, my man?
Hi, Joe. It's great to be here.
Greetings, Joe Rogan. I'm honored to be a part of this conversation. Tell me, Elon, have you started your plan to use your wealth and influence to open the oblivion gates on Jeffrey Epstein's island?
No, I can't say I have, but who knows what the future holds.
All right, guys, before you get too deep, let's light up this joint and get this podcast started. Jamie, pull up the tier list.
Hell yeah, Joe. Pass me that thing.
I'm not much of a smoker, but what the hell? Also, put this shit in A tier.
You mortals and your need for substances to alter your state of mind. I'm already enlightened. Oh, that's some good shit.
Dagoth, you're always on some other level, but hey, pass it to Elon. Let's see how he handles it.
Wow, that's strong.
Richest man in the world can't handle a $5 joint. No surprises there.
Stop laughing. Have any of you guys tried DMT?
Fuck yeah, Elon. I've had some wild experiences with it. Jamie, pull up that video of the chimp cracked off its ass on DMT pulling off that woman's face. What about you, Joey?
Nah, man, that stuff scares the shit out of me. I'm sticking to the classics.
I've not tried it, but I am intrigued by its potential for opening the mind to higher realms of consciousness.
Okay, S tier.
If you didn't put it in S tier, Joe here would have ripped you in half. Speaking of S tier, look at what I got. Some of the Colombian nose candy right here. Joe, let's spread some around the table.
All right, let's spread it on the table.
I think my brain is already melting on this weed, but why not?
That's the spirit, Elon. Besides, this coke stuff is nothing compared to a Dunmer wife-beater high off his mind on moon sugar. You know, my friends, I have to say there is something quite fascinating about the effect of moon sugar and skooma on the mind.
Wait, Dagoth, what the fuck are moon sugar and skooma?
Oh, my apologies, Joe. In Morrowind, moon sugar and skooma are substances that provide a euphoric high and a feeling of invincibility. It's quite a popular substance among the Dunmer. You mortals don't even know what real tweaking is.
So it's Dunmer LSD?
Indeed, but it's not just the mind-altering effects that make these substances so intriguing. The Dunmer have been using moon sugar for centuries in their religious rituals and as a trade commodity. Similar to your addiction to DMT, Joe.
Wow, that's really interesting. Speaking of LSD, I think we can put that in A-tier great party drug, but doing it by yourself is really missing out on half the fun.
Joe, you're missing out if you don't do LSD while driving. I think I ran a school bus worth of Argonian children off the road on my way here in my Pontiac Aztec.
Pontiac Aztec? Wasn't that the piece of shit car Walter White drove in Breaking Bad? Have you guys seen Breaking Bad? That show was crazy.
You know what's crazy, man? My uncle used to be a meth cook back in the day. He told me some crazy stories about how he used to make it in his RV.
It's just insane to think about how much money is involved in the meth trade. Like, these guys were making millions and millions of dollars, but at what cost? Like, you ever been to any small town in the Midwest? Some places look like they would have been better off if they were glassed by an atomic bomb. Communities destroyed by meth.
So easy A tier?
You would be stupid not to, right, Elon?
Yeah, Joe.
By the divines, Elon, you look like an inner city in the 80s after Reagan flooded them with crack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep.
Okay, well, looks like it's just us three now. Dagoth, I'm surprised that you even know that Reagan flooded the inner cities with crack in the 80s.
Joe, as I've said before, the tribunal did the same thing in Morrowind, flooding the inner city with moon sugar. Exactly like your Reagan did.
Besides, crack is crazy addictive, even more so than coke. I would put this in D tier. Not worth doing it at all when it has all these downsides compared to the big C.
Speaking of inner cities, it's crazy how many people are dying from opioids nowadays.
Yeah, man. It's a fucking tragedy. And it's not just dope and fentanyl, you know? Prescription opioids are a huge problem, too. I threw my back out a couple of weeks ago, munching on some bush, and my doctor gave me these fucking pills, only like 70 milligrams.
70 milligrams, that's like nothing for Uncle Joey.
Exactly. That's why I said I needed 500 milligrams.
500 milligrams? Fucking hell, Joey, you must have been fucking seeing God on shit like that.
Not kidding you. Went home to go munch on that bush. Wake up 5 hours later, half the carpet is gone and the dog is missing. That's the thing, man. People act like it's just junkies in the streets, but these drugs are affecting people from all walks of life. From carpet munchers to your grandma.
Jesus, Joey, it's a miracle you made it to 40. But seriously, it's messed up how the pharmaceutical companies played a role in this too. They marketed these drugs as safe and effective.
Just like the vaccine.
That's a whole other can of worms I'm not even going to touch, but they knew damn well how addictive they were.
It's all about money, man. These companies and cartels don't give a shit about people's lives. They just want to make a profit.
Yeah, you can put these all in the B tier. Fucks up not only yourself, but the whole community as well.
Well, speaking of prescription drugs, you got a ton of not-opioid drugs that fuck up people too. Amphetamines, codeine, MDMA, Quaaludes, and Xanax. All those are fucking deadly too when it comes right down to it.
Joe, Quaaludes are God's gift to humanity. The big man from Brooklyn told me.
Ah, man, those things will fuck you up. I remember I used to take them all the time back in the day. They give you energy and keep you awake. One time when I was on an Adderall and Xanax bender, I walked clear out of North Bergen. They found me knocked out in a dumpster outside of Philly City Hall. I had no idea how I got there, and I'm telling you, Joe, that mix will make a cripple with erectile dysfunction fuck like Johnny Sins on a porn set.
Joey, you ever done lean before?
What the fuck is lean?
Purple drank? You of all people have never heard of lean? It's basically a mix of prescription cough syrup, soda, and candy. People drink it to get high.
First time I did it with Joe here in the studio was comatose for a week after drinking the whole fucking bottle. Bring that shit back to Morrowind and the Argonians would lose their fucking minds.
What about MDMA?
Joe, I wouldn't even give MDMA to Elon over here. That shit causes holes in your head. You want a real drug, you get a Quaalude.
Quaaludes, that's way before my time. What was it like?
Quaaludes, that's an old school drug, man. They used to call it disco biscuits. Shit was sold over the counter, so everyone and their mother had a try. When you took a Quaalude, you thought you died and went to heaven. The only reason they banned them was because they were putting all the drug dealers out of business. I can guarantee you if the CIA wasn't funneling crack into inner cities, then everyone and their mother would be doing Quaaludes nowadays.
Well, then it seems clear to me. Quaaludes in A tier, we got Xan, Adderall, and codeine in C tier, and MDMA in D tier.
Damn right, Dagoth. Okay, we only got 3 left on this tier list. Roofies, shrooms, and ayahuasca. Well, let's start with roofies. Roofies, as I'm sure you all know, are a favorite of Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein.
Bill Cosby definitely had it coming. He deserved getting sodomized by a hot dog in jail.
Really? I thought that was Weinstein. Anyways, F-tier drugs for creeps.
Damn right. Now let's talk about shrooms and ayahuasca.
Yeah, man, shrooms were crazy. Both of them are obvious S tiers. But when taking shrooms, I remember seeing things that weren't really there. And the colors were so vibrant. One time I was at the comedy club with Bill Burr, and we took some shrooms. Next thing you know, Bill's out on top of the bar with his pants off, pissing on the ice machine.
It sounds like a powerful experience.
Yeah, man, I was with a good group of guys when Bill tried them. We made sure to set a positive vibe for Bill after that and tried to have a good time.
Okay, finally, let's talk about ayahuasca. I told you, Joey, that I did them when I went with Jocko to South America to blow up that Colombian coke distributor.
This is news to me.
Yeah, Jocko wanted me to come along for a bit of fun, so after 5 weeks lost in the Amazon and losing 2 guys to an anaconda the size of a house, we got to this place and blew up like a dozen families who were growing cocoa for the cartel.
Joe, you stupid prick. Cocoa is grown on Nestle slave plantations to make discount chocolate.
You know, Joe, there is really nothing like burning a village to the ground. Doing that shit to Argonian Enwas is better than any drug on this list.
Yeah, Jamie, pull up that video of the shaman that took me and Jocko on the ayahuasca journey. You should have seen this guy, Dagoth. Dude was like you, had the whole hat and shit. We wandered in the Andes for 3 months before we finally got off our trip.
Joe, are you sure that wasn't the time we did Nernroot and Hist sap? Sounds similar.
Now that you got to tell me about.
Well, I would love to, but it seems that Jamie is telling me we have to wrap this up. Looks like we've been bullshitting for too long. Okay, Guy, any last thoughts before we close the podcast today?
Yeah, fuck Argonians.
Agreed, scaly motherfuckers like those presidents.
Well, maybe next time we'll do a conspiracy theory list. Anyways, leave your comments below and leave a like and maybe subscribe. Take us out, Jamie.
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night. All day.